Hi, welcome to question 12 of the 2023 Junior Cert Higher Level Maths. Okay, so question 12 is the kind of construction question. And it was fairly tricky for me the first time I did it, or at least the latter parts of it anyway. So the construction part here, so it says here, the diagram below shows a curved shape ABC. Okay, so A, B, and C. And it says that C is the center of the arc from AB. So this is my center. This is my circle. Now the circle will continue on, but they're only showing a certain part of it. So in a sense, this is the radius, and they're the radius of that circle. If you can visualize that. Okay. Now they come along then and they say that A, okay, is the center of the arc from A to B or B to C. Yeah. So if you can imagine, this is my, now I'm going to go off the screen. I'll come back around. And let's see, I'm trying to trace it here on my, okay, terribly badly drawn. So it's a massive circle, but this is the little bit that we can see. And then they do the exact same thing for B is the center of this circle. Okay, that arc there. So again, this is the radius. Okay, so that's cool. Tricky, but cool. Then it says using only a compass and straight edge, construct one of the axes of symmetry of the curved shape ABC. Okay. Now the axis of symmetry would be the perpendicular bisectors meeting together. Okay. Now again, I'm not using a straight edge. We just have to find one of them. Okay. Now it is an equilateral triangle. Okay. And if you remember the types of triangle, scalene would have like all three angles are different. Okay. Then you might have an isosceles where the two sides and therefore the two angles opposite are equal. Whereas in equilateral, all three sides are equal, so all three angles are equal. Okay, so we know that they're all like 60 degrees each. So we know a fair amount about this triangle. Okay, we also know that all three sides of this are the same length. Okay, so but the first thing is drawing it. Now on the next page we'll see I have it in the notes. There's two methods of work here. One is finding an angle bisector. Okay, so bisecting the angle here in half would give me, three. Well, they should meet up in. Oh, perfect. And that'd be the center, okay, of that triangle. Okay, so I found some gifs of somebody on the internet, so I'm not going to take credit for it. So we can play it out here. To draw an angle bisector, you need a ruler, a pencil, and a pair of compasses. This should be playing. Okay. Now, the first step is you set your compass fairly wide. It'll just give you a slightly better answer. Put the end of the compass on the vertex of the angle, okay, and draw a line or an arc through the two lines. Then move your compass point to one of those arcs, draw a circle, draw an arc, do the same thing on the far side, and then join the 2 points from the angle through that marking. Okay, so if I go back on this, okay, and let's try to clear this off. Okay, let's say I'm drawing the angle bisector of this. So I can get my compass point here, draw an arc, and the same length here, which is actually really the same circle. Okay, then I put my compass point here, draw an arc, my compass point here, draw an arc, and then using a ruler, I'm going to draw it freehand, draw a line through them. Now, obviously, I did a terribly bad job of that, but that is an angle bisector. Okay. Now, the other way of doing it would be to draw a perpendicular bisector, which I'm going to show you the video of that. Okay. So it should be this one here. So draw a point, set your compass to a point greater than the distance from point A to the line. I'll show you that on the video. So make a point A. Put your compass point there, cross the line at two places, and then put your compass point on the where you marked, mark 2 more points, the same distance, flip it around, okay, and then you can join your point A to your marking, okay, and you've bisected the angle. Okay, so using the original diagram, let's say I draw, put a point A somewhere in the middle, okay, and get my compass, put the compass point here, draw an arc and an arc, okay, so you make sure that compass distance width is wider than the distance from here to here. Then probably using the same distance, just put the compass point here, draw an arc, compass point here, draw an arc, and I can join those 2 lines together. Okay. Now that's one axis of symmetry, okay, of the point. Okay. I think the angle bisector might be smarter, but maybe a little bit harder in terms of what to do. Okay, so that's part A. Now B, part 1 says write down the size of the angle ACB. So we said before this is an equilateral, which means all 3 sides are equal, which means all 3 angles are equal. So if all 3 angles are equal, let's say A plus B plus C. Okay. Now if all 3 angles are equal, 180 is equal to A plus A plus A. It's the same thing. So 180 is equal to 3A. Now I can get rid of that 3 by dividing by 3, do it to one side, do it to the other. I end up with 60 degrees is equal to A. So all angles in an equilateral are 60, which you may have known just by knowing it. Okay, so the answer there is straight into the answer. Then it says the length of the straight line segment of BC. So this is 40, now which means this is 40 and this is 40. Find the length of the circular arc from B to C. Now, if you recall, I'm going to clear all this off. This is the center of this big circle here. Okay, so this is the radius, 40 centimeters, whatever. Now, the length of a circle is 2 pi r. It's in the maths tables. But we're only looking for a small section of that, like this section, 60 degrees of the full circle. So you're multiplying that by the fraction 60 over 360, okay, now, which is 1/6 or something, but whatever. Calculator can handle that. Now we know what pi is. Okay, it's 3.14. The full number is in the calculator. We know that the radius is 40. So 2 pi times 40 times 60 over 360. Now I'll go to the answer here if I can. Okay, and I got 41.8879 when I put it to the calculator. The question asks us to round it to 2 decimal places. So the 7 here is what matters. 7 is greater than 5, so the number before it goes up by 1. And that's where I get the 41.89. And then make sure to always include the units. And in this case, the units were centimeters. Now, I don't know if it's the end of question 12. Okay. So as always, if you want a copy of these notes, send me an email at shanetroy@gmail.com. Like and subscribe to get access to more playlists. And I'll see you on question 13.